to live. We need the berries, we need the sun, we need the earth.
Well,
water.
you know about us. We're selling Ometepe coffee. You know about the Ometepe coffee?
No, yes, I do.
Okay, that's where I am right now in the stand, and I've been doing this for a number of years. This coffee is being imported from Nicaragua, Ometepe Island. It's a raw bean. It's being brought to Vancouver. We roast the coffee there, and we bring it to the island and we pack it, and we label it and so on, and we bring it to the various outlets. One is Patterson. Yeah. Now, the proceeds, we have to subtract all our costs. But we do this already for 10 years with there's nobody who gets a salary. This is all volunteer work, so we have a profit. And the profit is going back to the Ometepe Island. And recently, we have been able to build a school for the local people, and prior to that, most of the people have now running water in their homes. So that's the kind of projects we're talking about. You know.
And they know about you, but the people watching may not.
Yeah.
So tell me about this.
It's now your turn. I just told you about
I already got you all warmed up.
Yeah, so now you go. The coffee that you see here is being imported from Nicaragua. Nicaragua is right here in Central America, and in this big lake, the Lago de Nicaragua, is an island that's called Ometepe.
Right.
It's a bit bigger than Salt Spring Island. And there are two main volcanoes right here. One is bigger. This is the biggest one, and the volcano that you don't see here on this picture, that's where most of the coffee is grown in the shade. So it's totally organic. We don't need any pesticides. We don't need any fertilizers, chemical fertilizers. It's all done with organic matter.
So you're a volunteer doing this?
I'm a volunteer, yes.
You believe in this? This is an act?
Yeah. I don't believe in the high prices of the coffee.
Yeah.
It has gone up so much, especially when it's organically grown. But I do believe what we're doing here is that we help the local people. All the proceeds, after we have deducted our fees for importing and bagging and roasting, all the proceeds are going back to the villages. And here is the evidence. We have been able to build a school. We have been able to give them running water in some of them homes, water wells, open the water wells. And there's a core group here on the island consisting of about 10-12 people. Most of them are in their 60s, 70s, and their 80s, and they have donated for 10 years their time and their efforts. And
is a lot of this moving? Are people? Is this a popular brand?
It's a very popular brand, and we can go as big as we want, but we are volunteers, so we cannot expand too much. But they have the various outlets here where we sell our coffee in Patterson's and Stuff and Nonsense and Vesuvius General Store, and in Ganges in the Mobile Market, Crossroads, Salt Spring Dairy. Yeah.
So this is a viable way of creating a change. Like you're making a change here.
Yes, we do.
And you're doing it as volunteers.
Totally as volunteers.
So we don't need money.
We don't need money.
We can do.
Some of us who can afford travel to Ometepe and visit the co-op and talk to the farmers.
But what about right here, say in downtown Vancouver, where we have, say, urban natives who are struggling, and they themselves might say that this is being tolerated here, though we're changing it in third world countries. We have our own poor and a rising poor and a rising dispossessed people now. What do you think about that? What's happening here? That's a big question, I know.
It's a very big question.
And I jump tracks with you.
Yeah, it does. I think I want to go back to the sustainability of the island itself. of South Spring Island.
You think
We
we-
can sustain ourselves.
Could we start, say, on the clear cut that they've already made and stop it there? But
We can
establish
create agricultural land out of the clear cut already.
Yeah.
Preserve the land in that way. Convert it into something that produces. It doesn't necessarily have to be cattle. It can be agricultural land. We can grow anything we want. It's very good soil here.
What about the wild crafting? Like what we just see the jams there, where those people are making a living. I imagine much like they made this coffee.
Yeah.
It's a wild craft, probably.
Yeah.
It's still a nature, a product. Their system.
We have all the possibilities here on the island.
You can do it.
I was born in Holland. Holland is the smallest country in the world, apart from Luxembourg. And in Holland, smaller than Vancouver Island, we have 18 million people living. Can you imagine? So when I look at Vancouver Island, there are only 500,000 people living.
But
And you
again,
see how
they're-
industrious Holland is and how much agricultural land there is. So out of this relatively small island here in South Spring Island, we can do a lot. Rather than sell it to Hollywood, do you know that most properties that are 500,000 worth are sold within 10 minutes?
Right. And often it's,
This is where we're going. This
It's
is where we're
international crime is the only thing they can afford it. Like we're not dealing with the community, the base, the poor, and that's why they are the dispossessed. They are the genocide is taking place first against the poor.
I have lived here 7 years on the island and I've moved about 8 times because I'm a tenant.
Yeah. So don't we want to get rid of these feudal lords? I mean, nobody owns the earth,
No?
and there's
That's why I like the philosophy of the Indians. Nobody owns the land. Now that has shifted. Some of them have gone a bit out of whack because they own the land now and they think they can charge exuberant prices for rent and so on. That's just a temporary change in the whole philosophy. But when we go back to the basic principle of the Native Indians, nobody owns the
nobody
land.
owns
No, they were there. No.
Okay.
Just don't film that right now.
Okay.
Well, I saw him trembling and sobbing, and he portrayed all the emotions that. And
I did. So he's like that. He's emotional. I'm the unemotional one.
I know that's why you make good partnership.
He
You
says
too.
he's nervous and I'm breakdown.
Yes. No, but it's good for a partnership.
Yeah, it is.
It can be very solid.
That's right. But yeah, well, we've been together. We're in the Bible, dude. You did. That was great. I mean, it was bad, but it was great that we allow our emotions to come out and we show our inner feelings. Like that is what is touching us. We all do care still. You know, but we're allowing a
I
destruction.
think we're caring more than ever before, and we are allowed to show it.
Yeah. Now it's time, huh?
Nothing can keep me back. Nothing, you know. And I feel so connected with the rest of the world and the whole universe. I mean, it's so expansive, and that gives me hope and joy.